Hello everyone, welcome to Neural Data. I am Aditya and today I will be discussing the crucial topic of data science and artificial intelligence that is nothing but probability. So now let's move ahead with the topic. So what is probability? So probability is defined as the measure of the likelihood that an event will occur in a random experiment. So this probability is quantified as the number 0 and 1. So here 0 means any event is impossible, right? And 1 indicates that any event is certain, that is going to happen. The range of the probability will be between 0 and 1. Now let's say an event has zero point 0.9 as an probability, so it means that there is a 90% of the chance that this event is going to happen, going to occur. Now let's move to the next topic. Now we will discuss events in probability. So events are actually the basic concepts in statistics that anyone should know. And events are nothing but simply the result of any experiment. So events can be of three types. The first one is certain event. And the second one is impossible event. And the third one is random event. Okay. Now let me elaborate this in a bit. So our first condition is certain events. So a certain event is an event that as a result of an experiment will occur in 100% of the cases. So for an example, if we flip a coin or if we toss a coin, then there is 100% of the chance that the coin will fall on the ground, right? Now, second condition, that is impossible events. So an impossible event is an event, and from the name itself you can imply that the event will not occur as a result of the experiment. For example, if we flip a coin, then that coin will fly in the sky. So this is an impossible event, right? The coin doesn't have a wing and it will not fly itself, right? This is called as an impossible event. Now finally we will see random events. So random event is an event that may or may not occur as a result of an experiment. So a random event is a consequence of a random factor which influence cannot be predicted or whose influence cannot be predicted, or such predictions can be extremely difficult. It may be predicted but it's extremely difficult. So we say like it's almost impossible to predict those events. So here again I will take the same example, like if we are tossing the coin, then there are two possibilities, right? Head or tails. So in this case there are some random factors which affect the result. So we will get either head or tail. There are some factors which affects it. Some of these like shape of the coin, right? Or the physical property of the coin, the strength or direction of wind also influence the result, right? Or the air resistance, etc. So I can write the formula of probability like probability of any event A can be written as the number of ways this event A can happen divided by total number of outcomes, right? So this is our basic formula. Now I would take some instances to make you understand all these concepts very clearly. So first example that I would like to take is consider there are 4 kings in a deck of card. Okay, then what is the probability of picking a king? So what is the probability of picking a king? So this is our problem statement. So we already know that in a deck of 52 cards we have got 4 kings, right? And total number of cards we have is 52. This is our total number of cards. So the probability of getting a king out of this 52 will be, we have to put this value in this formula here. Then probability of getting a king will be 4 by 52, that is 226, 1 by 30. Okay. Now one more example I would take. What is the probability of drawing a jack, okay, or a queen from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards again? Fine. Then we know that we have 4 jacks, right? And we have got 4 queens. And total number of cards are 52. So now the total number of ways that this event, like getting a jack and queen, can happen is equal to 4 for jack and 4 for queen, that is 8. So there are 8 instances where this event can happen. So probability of getting either a jack or a queen will be 8 by total number is 52. So this is 2 by 13. Right. Now I will discuss the types of random event. So basically we have got 2 types of random events. So the first one is independent event. And the second one is dependent event. Now I will explain these two with some examples. So here, first one is independent event. So consider 2 random events A and B. Okay, A and B are 2 random events. Okay, these 2 A and B random events are called independent if the occurrence of one of them does not change the probability of the occurrence of the other. An example I'd like to take, the probability of getting a head of the first coin. So probability of getting a head of the first coin does not have an impact on the probability of getting head on the second toss of the same coin. So consider we are tossing this same coin again. Then what's the probability of getting a head? So this probability does not get affected by the outcome or result of the first toss or the first experiment. So this is how an independent event works. Now we will move ahead with the second event, that is dependent event. Okay, so again A and B events are called as dependent if the occurrence of the one changes the probability of the other. So if A occurs and it has got some result, so it will change the probability of getting result B. This is how it works. So very simple example I'd like to take. Consider there are 2 probabilities. The first one is the probability of the cloud in the sky. So the first one is probability of clouds in the sky, and the second one is probability of rain on that particular day. Okay, so the probability in the cloud has an direct impact over this probability of rain on that particular day. Therefore this is an dependent event. This rain is directly dependent on this cloud. So these are the 2 types of events we have. Probably the broad classification of events, I would say. Now I would clarify your query by taking one example. So what are the chances of getting 3 heads in a row? Like 3 times we will flip a coin. Okay, so what will be the chances or what is the probability? So let's define possible outcomes of 3 toss. that is head and tails, right? So what are the possible outcomes we will have? So first times we will get 3 heads. Consider. Second times we will consider this first head and then we will change the second one. And again we will take this first and change the second one. And then here we will take first tail and again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a total of 8 possible outcomes, right? Now our problem statement says what are the chances of getting heads 3 times in a row. So from these all possible outcomes we can see only this outcome satisfies this condition. So we can say number of ways it can happen is 1 and total number of ways is 8. So probability of getting 3 heads in a row is 1 by 8. So this is our probability. This is it for this session today. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something new. If you think this video is useful in disseminating knowledge and spreading awareness about this particular domain, then kindly like and share this video. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed.